Alright, we are on the play for match 2 of this league. This hand is somewhat close. I don't believe it's a keep. We can cast 3 spells, which isn't that bad. 2 of the spells are pretty situational. Obviously, we would slam the Delver on 1. These 2 Snapcaster Mages are very far from being good, and the Mandrills is pretty far as well. This is a lot closer to a keep. I don't love this hand. I definitely don't love this hand, but we'll take it. The Tarfire doesn't really matter because I'm just going to be shuffling my library anyways. Let's grab a Steam Vents and cast a Delver of Secrets. Against a mid-range deck, this is probably pretty eh. Against a combo deck, I could see this being good. Raging Ravine. Okay. Probably Jund. Well, geez. Vapor Snag, yeah. That's actually pretty good. There is a non-zero chance I want to grab the basic island and cast both of these. If they play a Tarmogoyf here, I think I actually just let it happen. Don't think we Mana Leak Tarmogoyf on this board. If it's an Abrupt Decay, well, geez, but... So it's a Thoughtseize. Do we let that resolve? That pretty easily is going to pave the way for a Liliana next turn. They can take our Mana Leak. Hopefully we scour into something good. I'm assuming they're going to go for the Leak here. If they can beat Leak and Snag, they probably just take Scour. They don't want us to have Vapor Snag, which is pretty interesting. Let's get an island. The opponent, most likely on Jund. They might have a Bolt here. Should we untap? If they had the Bolt, they would have used it when we cracked our fetch. In which case, we should debate not cracking that fetch. That's not bad. That lets us fight Liliana. The only question in my mind is, do I want a basic forest? Our life total is going to be relevant at some point of this game. I don't know how soon. I definitely want to cast this Visions, and I want to have one of these up. I want to crack the Foothills before casting the Visions so that we don't ruin the scry. Question is, double red, triple blue. Do we get the Stomping Ground untapped, play around, top decking a Goyf? We probably don't play the Goyf even if we draw it. We might. Actually, how big would Tarmogoyf be? Land, sorcery, instant creature. Yeah, I would play the Goyf if I draw it. I'll just get this. Worse if we find a Knuckleblade sometime soon. I like both of those. In this order. Go to the opponent. They know about Mana Leak, so they're going to be playing around that. Blooming Marsh, probably Jund. Thoughtseize, I mean, we probably just have to let that resolve. For starters, it deals 2 to the opponent, which is huge. Abrupt Decay, sure. Yep. Can't stop Abrupt Decay regardlessly. They know the Foothills, so we'll play it. Actually, should we keep that Foothills in hand to pitch to Liliana of the Veil? I don't know. I do not know. This is Lily the Last Hope. Oh, jeez. That's kind of brutal. That Liliana is so good against Delver. Pretty bad against our other threats, to be fair. But so good against Delver. We're not going to fetch here because I actively want Serum Visions. Do feel like fetching here, though. Make that Visions good. A String of Bolts could be very good for us. They have this Raging Ravine that's going to be activated soon. So we actually only are going to have around 3 turns if they hit their next land drop. I do want the double red. Guess I could get the double green. Do we shock? They probably have a non-zero amount of lightning bolts. Raging Ravine is going to deal 4 to us, knock us down to 10, deal 5, knock us down to 5. Shocking makes Bolt better. Also makes our draws better. We didn't hit anything of substance, but there's a Mandrills on top of the deck. That's something. Liliana's going to threaten to make a lot of zombies. It's a -7, so that's not the worst. The opponent went to 7. We can snare Tarmogoyfs, which is very good for us. We can also snare Scavenging Oozes. Doesn't really matter which 2-drop they play there, we have to snare it. We only have the 1 blue source. We're not doing a lot if the Skoos hits. I guess they get to buy it back. That's pretty bad for us. That thing's gonna be massive. Oh yeah. We are in trouble. We're gonna play Mandrills, delve the yard. They know about denial. Oh, we can delve away all our creatures. They have 1. They only have 1 creature. We're absolutely delving these. This is 100% the right line. No questions. No doubt in my mind. Oh, I love that. Take out a land or 2. Oh, that's beautiful. Scavenging Ooze will be able to get to 3/3. Believe that makes Mandrills a 2/3. That is correct. That's disappointing. Scavenging Ooze becomes a 3/3. That means Ooze can get in here. Dark Confidant. Ooh, are we going to play Bob Roulette? This is absolutely a game of Bob Roulette, right? If I top deck a Bolt, it's going face. Goyf. That ain't bad. Not exactly great, but it ain't bad. Okay. Attacking with Mandrills here is complete garbage, so we're not going to do that. Oh, we also don't have a Ferocious Denial. That's rough. They're probably just going to shrink Goyf here. Maybe attack our graveyard a little bit. Makes sense. Bob Trigger 1. Abrupt Decay. Ooh, that's a beating. That hurts. Mandrills gets a little smaller. Combat. I would swing with Skoos here. They don't. Okay. They have a Goyf. Well, that's going to resolve. That also will resolve. We draw a card. Tarfire. What do we do? We're taking 1, 2, 3, 4. Really wish I could exile this Tarmogoyf from my graveyard to stop them from gaining life. We're taking 4, 5, 6. I guess we could block. We could chump something, so that's a play. If the opponent has a land to animate this ravine, we're taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be a lethal attack. We're going to have to chump something. I don't want to use this Tarfire yet. I'm going to wait. We don't really want to grow that Tarmogoyf. Inquisition of Kozilek. Well, we're probably doing it in response to that. Liliana, yes. Inquisition. Tarfire U. They are going to gain a life. No. We're not winning that game. That's for sure. Do we denial this Inquisition? No. They swing with Goyf. And I do believe we're going to chump block that. Unless we top deck Dismember, which lets us take out the Scavenging Ooze and hit them for at least 1 point of damage, but they get to chump with the Dark Confidant, which means Bob Roulette is off the table. I kind of just want to chump block this. I think that's our best bet. If the opponent has removal for their own Bob, we're in a bad spot. Yep. That means we need 4 points of damage off the top. We don't run Boros Charm, just in case anyone was curious. Misty Rainforest certainly won't do it. Pass to them. Scavenging Ooze going to give them 1 life off of the Mandrills. We take 9. Yep. That's unfortunate. Running Bolts would have been game. Running Bolts would have been nice. Snapcaster Mage after they tap out of green would have been good. They also could have just used Liliana to take out their Bob. Something of note. Running lands not quite as good as running bolts. That's for sure. At least we've confirmed we're going up against Jund mid-range. Historically, one of our worst matchups. They get a pretty good clock. You'd think Obzon would be a worse matchup for us because Path is really good against us. But you know what? These guys play their threats sooner. Let's head to the sideboard and see what we do against Jund. Oh, we're looking at boarding in this Pyromancer. They are running Liliana, which makes this Pyromancer a lot worse. But Liliana of the Veil is definitely better against us. 3 Blood Moon's gonna come in. I don't believe they had any basics that game. Their mana, of course, is at least somewhat greedy. We're looking at 1, I believe that's a basic mountain. It is. Mountain, EE, Huntmasters, and I believe that's a Flash Freeze on that spreadsheet. That's what that cell lines up with. It is. Counters Goyf, counters Skoos, counters Kolagon's command. That seems pretty good. I mean, I'm the one who decided I should bring it in, but still. I like to think about how I'm sideboarding anyways. 1 Mandrill's going to come out here. Believe we just need to make room. Mandrills doesn't stack up very well against their Tarmogoyfs. Mandrills is really good against the removal of the format, but it's kind of bad against the creatures of the format. At least when you're going up against these big decks. I want to keep Savage Knuckleblade in this matchup. I like it here. I like it a lot less against Obzon. Obzon is much better at getting rid of a Savage Knuckleblade because they have Path. Both decks, of course, run Abrupt Decay, which is great against the Ogre. But still, Path to Exile, I think, pushes it over the edge. Thoughtscour are going to come out. They're going to fill up that graveyard for us. Take out 3 bolts. I kind of like Forked Bolt in this matchup because of Bob. I guess Bolt is actually a little better. Let's do that. How likely are they to have 2 Bobs on board? 1 Disrupting Shoal, 1 Stubborn Denial, going to go. Cut a couple of those counter spells. They're a little more situational. Board these in. Those came out. Let's get going. See if we can do some work here in Game 2 against Jund. That's a keep. Don't think we're going to get the Steam Vents right away because we might end up doing a little bit of scrying at some point. Delver Scry, of course. If I was thinking of casting a Serum Visions as a priority, getting the fetch out of the way would be a lot better. Start on Delver. Turn 2 will hopefully be Delver plus Snare. Thoughtseize keeps that dream a little less alive. I could see them taking Delver. I could actually see an argument for everything in our hand, depending on what they have. Snapcaster Mage not going to get revealed. Pretty good, though. Play the Misty that they know about. We no longer have Spell Snare up. We do have the ability to cast Dismember for 1 mana. We also have Delver Scry. When Delver scries for another Delver, that's when you're really going off. That's the dream. The opponent shocks here. I imagine there's something good. Cobrew is pretty nice. They discarded a Raging Ravine, meaning they're going to take one of our cards. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's very good. Dismember or Mana Leak. Not sure which. That makes me a little less interested in Delver Scry, I think, and a little more interested in just cracking this fetch now to save life. No, I think I'd rather have the Delver Scry. What do we got? Delver. I mean, there's not a big reason not to draw it. Delver is notoriously easy for the opponent to get rid of. Them taking Mana Leak suggests there's a Liliana coming soon. But you know what? Delver's a threat. And that is what we're in the market for in this matchup. The opponent knows the entirety of our hand. Snapcaster Mage right now, pretty bad. Here's a Tarmogoyf. They have to be expecting that to eat a Dismember. Instant is in the bin, so we can just Dismember this here. Think I'd rather be a little mana inefficient. Get my Delver Scry in. I really want that Delver Scry. Huntmaster. See, that's why. Huntmaster is really bad right now. We're going to end up taking a lot of damage. Do I actually want to pay Shock here? Probably. Maybe not. That's a difficult one. Dismember is going to put us down to 13 if we Shock. We're at 11. Yeah, let's do it. Stomping Ground, okay. We're going to Dismember this at our earliest convenience. Make sure these Delvers can attack. Stomping Ground, probably just going to enter the battlefield tapped. Do want to hit my land drop. Go to the opponent. Well, we're about even on cards. Do believe the opponent mulliganed, so we're in a worse spot. Three mana Tireless Tracker, okay. Tireless Tracker into land, good play. Love that sequencing. Fetch, get another land. Clues, 4 days. The opponent might have a discard spell here. That's pretty good. If I'm the opponent, I think I like getting rid of that as well. Let's see if we have a Bolt effect on top. That'd be nice. It's a Bauble. That's a lot less nice. Actually, that's really bad because the opponent can draw a bunch of cards. Really wanted these Delvers to transform. Oh, we can Bauble now, hoping to hit something to deal with this tracker. But I think I'd rather let them have their tracker so that we have a better chance of transforming Delvers. The opponent's got a really good chance of hitting removal. 3 clues. They are going to bury us in card advantage. We're definitely not winning that game. Okay. That means the only removal they can cast is 1 mana. So that's good. That's a plus. At this point, I'm going to Bauble myself. See how likely it is that I don't want to chump. So if we take this and then we swing with both, we actually might lose. We're also going to be dead to a removal spell if we even swing with 1. Well, we probably just take it. We're not in a good spot. Go to us. Mishra's Bauble needs to hit the stack first, so both of these Delvers can see the denial. Question is, what's under that denial? Misty Rainforest, that's pretty bad. So, if we attack with both Delvers, we die. If we attack with 1 Delver, we're dead to a removal spell. If we attack with no Delvers, we probably are just losing this game sooner or later. So I do believe we have to attack here. Even if they can kill us with a removal spell, doesn't matter. We need to close out this game at some point. Opponent goes to 4. It's really unfortunate. Not sure if shocking with the Stomping Ground was a good idea. That's obviously the play that decided how low our life total would be. Sorry, we didn't shock with the Stomping Ground. It was the Steam Vents that we shocked with. Better if we hit a Delver or something like that. I guess it wasn't that great. I'm not sure. I'll have to rewatch it. Do we denial this? I actually like denying this. Gives the opponent a semblance of we might actually be alive. Deprives them information. We're going to chump. Block that. The opponent doesn't need to know that we're dead to a removal spell. The opponent also doesn't need the ability to resolve the Inquisition, crack a clue, and then cast a removal spell. So now, what do we need? That's mean, Bolt. That's very mean. This Lightning Bolt is not a very nice card. It's actually quite rude. Don't think the opponent's going to cast a Thoughtseize here. That's going to do it. This is why Jund is a worse matchup than Obzon. They're better at getting out of the gate. We bolt them, right? There's no reason not to bolt them. That's going to do it for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. 1-1 in this league so far. Not bad. That's acceptable.